Grimm VFN, Enchanted Forest News. Reporting live from the scene is what is sure to be the trial of the century. In a matter of moments, we are about to see, quite possibly, the most impressive clash of legal minds this country has ever seen since once upon a time. After years of delay, we're finally about to witness the trial of Big Bad Wolf.
As many know already, Mr. Wolf, the defendant, escaped a jail sentence for his criminal trial for 3 counts of huffing and puffing with intent to destroy, 2 counts of attempted murder by ingestion, 1 count of grandmother impersonation, 4 counts of sheep abduction, and 17 counts of lurking, ended in a mistrial, the result of a giant falling on the jury room while determining the verdict. Now, a number of parties have brought a class action lawsuit against Mr. Wolf in an attempt to obtain some monetary compensation for what they feel is an infringement on their rights by the now infamous defendant. It seems the counsel defendant, the unequal, mismarried godmother, is entered accompanied by one of her clients, Miss Red Riding Hood, and the young client's grandmother, grandmother. Hello, Miss Godmother. Any words for you, offend?
Mr. Wolf is a depraved, cold, calculated killer in only his celebrity status, and this force has kept him from the hands of criminal justice. His behavior is reprehensible and has completely infringed upon my client's rights to live happily ever after. As you know, I've always fought to cheer the good people of this force the ending they deserve.
That wolf is gonna get it. We're gonna string him up by his toes and shake him till his money goes right here. And then me and Granny are gonna get ourselves a nice new condo.
Oh dear, have a seat. That isn't appropriate behavior for television. We can't have this trial going on forever, you know. All Miss Godmother's flirts turn into mice at midnight tonight.
Yeah, that's lame. You stink.
Well, I never.
Now she get it.
Ungrateful little.
Well, haha, there you have it. Oh, here come the other parties filing against Mr. Wolf.
Microphones, they make my voice sound loud. Gimme. Yes, the press. Excellent. Yes, I, Pixbury, am a plaintiff in this case and would be happy to provide an interview if need be.
Oh, well, thanks, but...
Yes, of course, Lucy.
Well, I didn't say that.
Say, you're Sidney Grimm, aren't you? You remember me? You covered the Mr. Wood Lumberjack pageant last year, didn't you? Well, remember me? I went best in flannel and most ruggedly handsome. Yeah, that's right. Bill Woodcutter. Boy, sure is good to see you again. Yes, Mr. Woodcutter. Nice to see you. Ready for this year's pageant?
Sure am.
Hello, Sidney Grimm, BFN. I believe you two are... I'm an old shepherd, and this here's my boy. The boy don't know his name is too well, so we're kind of in a mess, you see. But we don't want no trouble. For some money for the boy's medical bills and to pay for some lost sheep, that's all.
Right then, so you must be the boy who cried.
Wolf. Yeah, that's me. What's it to ya? Look, I was just trying to have some fun, like blowing up squirrels with homemade explosives or frying ants with a magnifying glass.
You shut your mouth, boy. He's just a little, well, boys will be boys, eh? Right. Well, curious, infamous Big Bad Wolf himself. This is a very tense moment in the courtroom right now. Just feel the tension.
I can hear you over there now.
Oh, my deepest apologies, Mr. Wolf. Sidney Grimm, EFN, I'm covering the trial today.
Yeah, I guess.
So, Mr. Wolf, who's your attorney tonight and where is he?
She, and I don't know, her name's Evil's stepmother. You heard of her? Apparently she's some big fancy high-priced silver gets pulled into pro bono when she doesn't know what to do. I don't blame her. If I were against a giant, I don't stand a chance today, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you never know. Do you have anything left to the views out there?
I got nothing to say to the world, and the world's got nothing to say to me. that Justice is blind. Well, if Justice is blind and bats are blind, then Justice must be a bat. You may be seated.
The renowned Judge Wise Old Man is presiding over the case today. Judge Man is known for his, wisdom. He is known to frequently apply his gift as a philosopher to any case. He is also known for his taste in magic beans.
In this court today, we are here to try an individual accused of many heinous acts. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I am going to ask you to keep in mind this important and difficult concept of the many ruling hours of this trial. That is, that guilty is the opposite of not guilty, and not guilty is the opposite of guilty. Now then, court is in session.
Your Honor, sir, I have no counsel.
Oh, yeah, counsel. Where is your counsel? Why is it not here? Did you lose it? Did you check in your pockets, under the seat cushions, behind the refrigerator?
No, sir.
What? You don't have a refrigerator?
That's not what
How do you keep your milk fresh? Oh, yes, of course, lawyer. Who's that? Oh, she's a lot of fun. Miss Evil Stepmother.
I apologize, Your Honor, everyone, for my lateness.
May I inquire why you were late, counselor?
I would come up with an excuse, but really, pretty late. I do pro bono work, so I'm really not excited about this case at all, to be honest with you. And I was up late last night, working on some last-minute things, and yelling at my stepdaughter to clean the cinders out of the fire, please. And so I thought I'd sleep in a little, treat myself to a nice breakfast with my witnessing colleague over there. So I'm going to get this started. I've got a patient scheduled at 5.
Yes, of course, right away.
Objection! The trial hasn't even started yet. Your Honor, I object to the counsel for the defense's attitude. She's clearly making a walk through this courtroom, and you are allowing it.
Oh, I am? Well, that's not good. Miss Stepmother, a bit of wisdom for you. Being late is wrong. Wrong is the opposite of right. Right is the opposite of left. Therefore, if you are late, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Ha!
Very well. Shall we begin? Oh, opening remarks. Miss Godmother?
Ladies and gentlemen, today we are here to correct a grave injustice. By chance, Mr. Wolf was spared the punishment he rightfully deserves. He's a depraved criminal that has lurked in the forest for years, preying on innocent little girls.
Yeah, such type of behavior.
Innocent little girls, innocent little pigs, innocent little old women, innocent little boys, and innocent little sheep. My clients have been hurt, frightened, threatened, tricked, eaten, and robbed, and I'm sure I'm leaving something out. Because if a mere innocent, this twisted fiend will not receive the punishment he deserves, so we must take from him everything we can. He's left my clients hurt, frightened, and homeless. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Godmother. Miss Stepmother?
No, I waive it. What? You heard me. No statement. Thanks, though.
Very well, moving on.
But you're not even going to do anything for me? Look, Wolfie, nobody's going to save you. And even if somebody were, they'd sure wouldn't be me. I'm doomed. I'm going to be brought blind. Oh, come on. You did all of it, didn't you? Yes, but why won't anybody understand?
Miss Godmother, call your first
the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you Hans Christian Andersen?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe I do. Red honey, how are you, dear?
I'd be a whole lot better if I had that monster's cash.
Right. Well now, Red sweetie, why don't you tell the nice people of the jury what happened between you and Mr. Wolf on the day in question?
Yeah, sure thing. Well, you see, I was walking through the woods minding my own business, trying to get to Granny's house and bring her some bread because she's old and sick and stuff. And then this horrible scary wolf jumps out and pretends to be all nice and stuff. And I know he's creepy. And I'm like, back off, wolf. And he's like, no, come on, I'm all nice and stuff. Why don't you take the shortcut or whatever to get to your Granny's house? And I'm like, well, actually, shortcuts are good. I hate walking. It's for losers. I guess the wolf wouldn't just make up some shortcut or whatever. So I start walking. Turns out the freaking wolf did make it up. He gave me like a long cut or something so he could get to my Granny's house and eat her.
My word, he ate her grandmother. I'm so sorry for your child. What happened next?
Then he dressed up as my Granny and got in her bed.
My word, that is appalling. What sort of perverse reason would he have had for doing this?
He wanted to trick me into thinking that he was my Granny, and then when I got close enough to the bed, he ate me too.
Ate you too? Consumption of a live human being is a felony, ladies and gentlemen, an obvious deprivation of one's basic rights.
Oh, it was terrible. Until Mr. Woodcutter got us out, it was so dark and clammy and acidic in there.
Sounds horrible, dear.
Oh, it was. Oh, I can't take it.
There, dear. It's all right. Why don't you just go and sit back down?
Objection. I haven't cross-examined the witness yet.
Oh, but she's so sad.
Absolutely too sad to be questioned. I'm sorry.
Now wait a minute here. I have a right to cross-examine the witness.
I'm too sad, see?
According to Section A, Clause 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of Legal Code 22F, extreme sadness may excuse a witness from further testimony.
You just made that up. The witness is excused. What?
The witness is excused. Please sit down, Miss Godmother.
Ha! I can't believe this.
Miss Godmother, call your next witness, please.
Yes, I would like to call to the stand Mrs. Grandmother Hood.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you Hans Christian Andersen?
Thanks, Grace.
I prefer Mrs. Hood, please.
Yes, of course. Now, very well. Mrs. Hood, tell me something. Do these things belong to you?
Yes, those are my things.
And can you tell me what you were wearing on the day you encountered the defendant?
Those items.
Anything else?
Just my undies, dear, but that's none of your business.
Yes, of course. And I see that now, Mrs. Hood, is it correct that when your granddaughter encountered the defendant, he's wearing those same items?
Well, not the exact same items. I had an extra bonnet and nightgown, but only one pair of glasses.
And at this point, he had eaten you. Is that correct?
Yes, it was terrible.
Terrible? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have heard that word before, haven't we? Mrs. Hood's granddaughter described the events in the same way, and quite frankly, they're being kind, as it is in their nature to be. So not only did the big bad wolf eat Mrs. Hood and her granddaughter, but insists that Mrs. Hood remove her glasses, which she desperately needed in order to see. That psychological strain Mrs. Hood must have endured would have been unthinkable. Yes, ladies and wolf, your prowling criminal days are done. Your criminal days are done. And now the big bad wolf ain't gonna eat nobody no more. No more, no more, no more. Say the big bad wolf ain't gonna eat nobody no more. No more, no more, no more. He's going straight downtown and he ain't coming round no more. No more, that's for sure. No more. I'm sick of this.
Oh my God!
Don't even stop! I'm not even And now the big bad wolf ain't gonna scare nobody no more. No more, no more, no more. I say the big bad wolf ain't gonna scare nobody no more. No more, no more, no more. He's going straight downtown and he ain't coming round no more. No more, that's for sure. No more. He's going straight downtown and he ain't coming round no more. No more, that's for sure. No more. He's going straight downtown and he ain't coming round no more. I hope he got indigestion. Your witness, counselor.
You may examine the witness, Miss Stepmother.
Oh, I can examine this one?
Thanks so much.
Mrs. Hood, let me ask you this.
Yes?
How did the defendant get you to remove your glasses?
Well,
Did he just ask you? None of that in the statement you gave the authorities.
Just jumps from the wolf ate me to the. Then I was joined by my granddaughter in the wolf's stomach. That's all we get. Now what happened?
I see you're not wearing glasses today. Do you own contact lenses, Mrs. Hood?
yes, that's correct.
And isn't it a fact that you were in fact wearing these contact lenses when Mr. Wolf entered your cottage?
Yes, I was.
So you were able to see just fine, weren't you?
Yep.
That is very interesting, Mrs. Hood. I think I'm just about done here, but I have one more question.
Yes?
What sort of carpet do you have on your floor, Mrs. Hood?
In what room?
In your bedroom, of course.
Wolfskin.
Wolfskin. Well, that is fascinating. And who made that carpet, Mrs. Hood?
My late husband and I.
I see. No further questions, Your Honor. Where did that come from? Hey, I said I didn't work too hard on this case, but I'm still the best around. Besides, maybe I like you a little bit all of a sudden.
That was a stunning turn of events by Miss Godmother. This may prove more the battle of Miss Mary Godmother than she has planned.
Oh, shut up!
The witness is excused. Would you care to call another witness, Miss Godmother?
Yes, I would. I call to the stand Mr. Bill Woodcutter.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you Hans Christian Andersen?
I do indeed. Mr. Woodcutter, what is it that you do for a living?
I'm a woodcutter. I cut wood. I also compete in lumberjack pads. I just want best in
Yes. So as part of your job, you carry an axe. Is that correct?
I do.
And are you licensed to use that axe in case of emergency? Are you not?
Yes, I am.
In fact, is it not part of the Woodcutter's code that you must always respond to innocent people in need?
It is part of the code, and I oppose that part of the code.
So in other words, when you encounter an emergency in the woods, you're obligated to respond quickly and courageously?
Yes, I am.
And so you did, sir. You are a true hero, sir.
Why, thank you, ma'am.
No more further questions, Your Honor.
Your witness, Miss Stepmother.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Woodcutter, let's talk about this Woodcutter's Code, shall we?
Okay. depends. But if I see something that's suspicious, I respond to it.
I see. So you see it then, do you? Well now, Mr. Woodcutter, would you care to tell me what exactly prompted you to go into Mrs. Hood's cottage that day? There seems to be nothing in the police report about why you went into the house. Did you hear a scream?
Well, not exactly.
Did you see the defendant enter the house and become, I don't know, suspicious?
Well, okay. I was snooping around the house.
Snooping? Whatever for?
I was looking for a pie to steal on the windowsill.
I see. And why would you ever do that? I thought you were a hero.
Well, woodcutting don't pay so good. That's why I do the pageants, but you only get the big money if you win first prize. I haven't done that yet.
And while you were trying to steal something, you saw in the window what exactly?
I saw that there wolf lying in the old lady's bed, wearing her clothes, licking his chops.
Well, all right then. Tell me though, how did you know, I mean know for sure, that the wolf had eaten your friends and you were justified in cutting him open? Because that is what you did, right? You cut my client open with an axe?
Yeah.
How do you know, Mr. Woodcutter? Couldn't Mr. Wolf just have been a friend of Mrs. Hood's that you didn't know? One who occasionally likes to wear her nightgown? Or couldn't the ladies just have been simply in the other room?
Well, he's a wolf.
Oh, so you had to cut him open because he's a wolf.
Yeah.
No other reason? No further questions, Your Honor.
Another standard cross-examination from stepmother. This is going to be interesting.
Shut up.
Why don't we go to commercial?